on by. The vacuum tubes are warming up. This is a special live broadcast right here on Georgia Radio.
Well, it is time for Neighbor to Neighbor. Good morning, I'm Matt Jolley. It is Wednesday, the 19th of July. It's hot. There's Canadian smoke lingering around, and it's just, we act like it's never this hot in the summer, but it is, and it's just hot today. Joining me from the inside of his boat is Georgia country music singer-songwriter Mark Ware with some big news. Mark, how you doing?
Doing good, Matt. Thanks for having me jump on this morning.
You sweating? It's hot.
It is hot. But hey, it's Georgia and it's July.
And you're a firefighter. You're well positioned for this kind of heat. So,
yeah.
All right. So you've had some big news. Big news, and I wanted you to come on and share it because there's some stuff moving around in the Mark Ware camp. What's up?
Yeah, we actually we've been blessed with a 3-song record deal there on Music Row in Nashville. We partnered with signed with MC1 Nashville last Friday, and we're going to finish some vocal work next Monday, and then hopefully release the first of 3 singles probably mid September. Excuse me, right there on Music Row in Nashville. So we're really excited to see what happens with this partnership with them and Sony and Orchard, and so we're just excited to be on that platform with those kind of organizations. So we're just real excited about it.
One of the things I love about you is you are very, very selective. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, but you're very selective. You've been down the road before. You know what's up there ahead, and you've just been very, very selective on where you land. And I think it's great that MC1 has picked up the torch now and is in your camp. I think that's great. So is this new stuff that you're in the studio with?
It's brand new stuff that we've got about 5 in the hopper that hasn't been released, and they chose 2 of the 5 there. We've got an actual brand new one that we're going to lay the vocal work down on Monday. Actually, we did the session work there in Nashville, but we're going to have Will Turpin from Collective Soul, that studio that you came to with me that time.
Reel to Reel.
Yeah, we're going to do the vocal work there Monday. And so just to have my friends on it and longtime friends, and, you know, the legacy of Reel to Reel, having a part of what I'm doing there, it just makes it extra special.
I think that's exciting stuff. Where are you playing if folks want to come hear you? A Mark Ware show in Georgia, where can they go?
So we're going to be in Georgia in September, but actually we got the award show in August there for the International Singer-Songwriters. We're up for 4 awards this year: Songwriter of the Year, Video of the Year, Song of the Year, and Entertainer of the Year there with the International Singer-Songwriters Association. That's actually going to be held in Georgia at the Byers Amphitheater there in Sandy Springs. So we're there August the 5th at that red carpet event. But then we're home on the lake with for the Jackson Lake Summer Concert Series September 2nd. Then we're doing a show with Lenny Cooper on the 9th at a place in Jackson called Sean O'Brien's. And then we're back in Georgia on the 29th at Southern Roots there in McDonough. So we've got a little Georgia run right here close to home in September, and just excited to be back home for my home fans and my family that can't make it out far away. We're just excited to play for them.
You've got some away shows too. I know you've got a lot of those coming up. But,
yes, sir.
That's just the way it goes with the tour. So big stuff in your world, and it's all happening, of course, because of a lot of hard work that you put in. You know, we have a lot of folks who listen to this that are up and coming, and they're folks that are swinging for the fences, just like you have been. Give them some words of wisdom this morning, Mark, as they listen to this.
I would just say, no matter what, just never give up. Always just stay grinding, and set goals. Set those goals and do whatever you can that week. Do them weekly goals, but just set those goals and stick to it, and just basically never give up on it, because I'm living proof that dreams do come true. Amen
to that, and be smart about it.
That's right.
Don't be afraid of hard work. When I think of Mark Ware, I think of hard work. I think of a guy that is always out there You don't burn both candles, or the candle at both ends. You've cut it down the middle, and you seem to burn it at 4. I don't know how you do it. I mean, you have multiple things that you're involved in, but you really have to do that. As we saw in COVID, when you're in the live events business, you have to be doing all that. So, yeah. So for the young folks out there, don't be afraid of hard work.
No, sir.
All right.
It'll pay off.
Well, Mark, thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. It's just great to hear your voice and great to hear all the good things going. Enjoy the boat for a few minutes before they change the oil in it.
All right, thank you so much, Matt.
Take care, brother. Bye-bye. What a guy, Mr. Mark Ware. The guy that is not in a boat this morning having the oil changed is Wade Peebles. He is on the road. Georgia's favorite logger, Wade Peebles, on the phone with me right now. Wade, how you doing this morning?
I'm quite well. It's midweek, hump day, and I'm humping it. So,
well, I was just talking about hard work with Mark Ware. You know, to be in the music business, you cannot be a stranger to hard work. You've got to work hard.
No, you can't.
Same in the logging business.
A lot of people that's in music, they burn out and they have problems with drinking and alcohol and drugs because it's a hard job more than people realize.
You know it is, and we have a young man that we're both rooting for, Clayton Hackle, who's no stranger to this station, and that young man is not afraid of hard work, so I think he's going to do just fine. He's not lazy, as you say.
We talked about that, as you know, last week, Matt.
Yeah.
That's one of the things impressive about Clayton is his work ethic. He's going to do what he needs to do and more.
And he's gonna do whatever he's got to do in between.
Right, and he's pleasant to deal with.
Sure is.
Winning combination. I hope
as opposed to that checker that you encountered last week down there at the unregular grocery store. You don't have those issues with angry checkers when you go to the Portal IGA.
No, you don't.
Everything goes just the right way.
Yep. In fact, the only thing at Lanier's, you might have trouble getting out of the store because you visit with so many friends and the Lanier family and have a good time. It's hard to leave a place of business where you enjoy yourself like that.
Do they have self checkout stands down there?
No, that's called theft. Lanier's idea. If you check it out yourself, that's called. That's a felony. I think.
I just get so frustrated. I can tell I'm getting old because that's something that just twists me up. When I go to one of those places, and I've had a great time. They have everything I want, and then I get up there and there's nobody up there at the counter. And it's like, gosh, I got to go.
General Dollar has adopted that somewhat too, and they have a self-checkout kiosk. And there's one store I stopped in occasionally there I was at the checkout counter, and I looked over there, and the lady that was working, she was looking at me and glancing at the self-checkout, like, why don't you go over there? Nothing was said. We were communicating telepathically. Yeah. And I was telling her, no, I'll sit here till doomsday. I'm not, And she finally gave it up and came angrily over there and took my money. But I'm like, no, you're not going to intimidate me. And, I win a staring contest with somebody over self-checkout.
I'll tell you, I don't know what it is about those things, but I'll tell you, it's the best thing that ever happened to fast food because I will not go into those places.
Well, I didn't know that McDonald's had the kiosk where you check order on at a touch screen, and I went to the McDonald's in Miller, and I hadn't been to one in several years, and I went in there just a couple of years ago, and I walked up there and stood in line at the counter. I noticed everybody back there behind me was standing back and looking at me funny.
And nobody said a word to you, did they?
No, there was three people, reps that nobody took my order. And I thought, finally somebody says, you got to put your order in over here.
But not the employees.
I said, no, I don't. I don't have to do that. And I walked out, and I have to be back at a McDonald's since. Huh? Yeah.
They irritated you.
Yep.
They got you agitated.
So. That's right.
Well, it's gonna save us. It's gonna help us out. There's so many that are going that route now, and I don't know. To me, it just seems like a wasted opportunity. You want your customers to be happy. You want to interact with them. For a while, everybody was yelling at you when you walked in the door. Hey, welcome to wherever you're at. And now it's like they won't even make eye contact with you. You know,
Matt,
you can
when we
go
had
in and out.
in Swainsboro, where I'm from, we had the original old Walmart, and it had a lunch counter like a department stores had, and it had like 7 registers, and they were almost all open at any time, and it was just a great store. And when they built the new one, they got all those checkout counters, not a single one open. And people walking around, Walmart employees walking all over the place, and they won't make eye contact with you because they don't want to answer a question because usually they can't.
They might have to do something. It's a shame.
And they don't. But that's another problem at stores today. You ask. I stopped to try to buy a XM satellite radio, a new one, to go in this truck I'm driving because my other one's in another truck yesterday. And I stopped at a place, a truck stop where I bought them before. And I walked over there and they had some electronics. I didn't see one. So I looked over there and asked the person behind the counter. I had to ask them. They didn't see me. And I said, do y'all have Sirius XM satellite radio? You see one over there? Did you see one over there? I said, no. And we probably don't have them then.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's, I knew that already before I said, hey.
Is there one around back, maybe? You got anything hiding in a hole back there?
And it didn't make me mad because I'm getting used to poor service. But, it's like, well,
that's the great thing.
Did you see one? No, then we ain't got one. We don't have one. And that's what, could you go look and see? No, that wasn't even offered. Well, okay.
That is the great thing about ordering it online. And what drives me up the wall even more is when you go in there and they look at you like they did with you, like you're an idiot, and they're like, well, did you see one? No, I didn't see it. Well, we can order one. Well, no, I can order one. I came here and you've treated me, like a moron, and I'll go order it myself.
I don't want to be treated like the moron I am. I want more respect than I deserve.
I needed it now, so I'm here. I didn't want to be here, but I'm here.
I deserve more than respect than I deserve. You don't have to.
I'll tell you someone that'll just say it when she's standing there, and I would bet money on it, and that is Faye Stapleton Burnett. I bet she will not take that.
Faye would speak up and then speak up some more. Yeah.
Miss Nancy will speak up too. That would be a great show. Just to follow those two ladies around for a few hours every so often, and I bet you'd have some great stuff for the radio. Probably some stuff that a lot of people would love to say.
Yeah.
But they would bless these people by saying it because it would be said politely.
Politely.
And they would have no idea. That's just the way it goes.
It would be pithy. Yeah. Pithy, P-I-T-H-Y, pithy, but not.
Yeah. No, I agree. Stand by. I want to get into something with you in just a second, but I got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here with more on Neighbor to Neighbor right after this.
Georgia Radio, on your phone, in your home, everywhere you go.
Hi, this is Wade Peoples from Georgia Folk and Farm Life Radio. I'm here to tell you about Meeks Brothers Cattle Company. And you don't have to worry about supply chain issues or where your beef comes from. Do what I do and call Meeks Brothers Cattle Company today. You can get a whole, half, a quarter, any amount of beef you want. Good quality beef, vacuum packed, lasts up to 3 years in your freezer. It's grass-fed, grain-finished, made to order. Visit Meeks Brothers Cattle Company on Facebook today and tell them Brother Wade sent you. And that's Meeks Brothers Cattle Company. Thank you.
Country, that's what I grew up listening to.
Georgia Radio. We love you more than peanuts and peaches. So glad you're here.
It's Wednesday morning. It's Neighbor to Neighbor. I'm Matt Jolley hanging out with you today. There's so much to see and do around the great Peach State. We had the Raccoon Music Festival going up in Dallas, Georgia this past weekend. Cody Norris, the Cody Norris Show, was there. And great time had by everybody from what I've heard at the Raccoon Music Festival. Don't forget, Thursday nights on Georgia Radio are Bluegrass nights. You can tune in to Knee Deep in Bluegrass with Cindy Balcom every single Thursday night from 7 to 9. And then on Sunday mornings, Cindy is back with our Bluegrass Gospel Show at 10 a.m. You love bluegrass, Wade Peebles.
I love me some bluegrass. We found a new song an old song that I never heard before the other day.
Yeah.
That we just really love. But go back up to, you were just talking about raccoons.
Yeah.
Did you see on Georgia Folk and Farm Life the other day? I put a picture from Judy's house where this raccoon that been coming to her porch to get food for a while showed up with 4 little ones. So it was not she thought
little
it was
baby
Rocky.
raccoons.
She'd called him Rocky, now she's Rocketta.
Yeah.
But they were up on she gave me a picture of them up there. The mama raccoon looking in the storm through the storm door, and the baby's up there on the porch post. And one of our group members says, "Oh, tell her not to feed them, because they have rabies a lot." And I said, "Oh my God, I wish I'd known that before I left, because when I left, she was cooking a big pot of rabies to feed to them right then."
Right then, big pot of rabies.
Big pot of rabies, and yeah, I think she got mad with me about that.
Did she really?
She think it was fun. Yeah, she did. I don't know, some people just don't like my humor, But
oh, they're coming back for lunch too.
Yeah, get some more rabies.
Rabies served with rice or pasta
on the side.
Miss Judy's fresh hot bowl of raccoon rabies.
Rabies, yes.
Rabies. I like the way you say that. Yeah, just rolls right off the tongue. We had a raccoon around here, and I know I've told the story, but what the heck? We had a raccoon here at the farm that I named Walter, and he was morbidly obese. For years, Walter would trundle up the hill, and he would eat just a little bit of the barn cat's food. But then he decided that the barn cat's food was way easier to eat than his regular food. So he just started coming and coming and coming. Well, it's quite a hill that he would walk up to get to the barn. And the last few times I would see Walter, you could hear him wheezing as he came up the hill. I mean, totally out of breath, And he'd stop and he'd kind of like look at you. And then there toward the end, he wouldn't even run away. If I turned the light on and I walked out, he wouldn't even run away because it was too much effort. He'd just sort of sit there and try to make himself
Walter sounds a lot like me.
Like he was low to the ground, like no one's going to see me.
I can empathize with Walter. I know, we're a lot alike.
So, I don't know. He had a friend that was a possum. And if I came out of the workshop down there late at night, if I'd had the door closed like during the winter or whatnot, if I opened the door real fast, it would surprise him. And, the possum would just fall right out of the tree, and old Walter would be right there with him. And they got along, those two. And then, sadly, I don't see Walter anymore. I think he either can't make it up the hill.
He's in a land of perpetual downhill now.
I think he is.
Place.
Yeah.
There's not a place uphill there at all.
Yeah. But when the cat feeder goes off, I still hear him. And I could think fondly back on my times with Walter, the fat raccoon, the morbidly obese raccoon. Is it bad? You can't say fat anymore. So
no,
he was calorie enhanced.
He was calorie enhanced. He was
big
horizontally challenged.
Yeah. He was all of the above. Poor guy. But he was a great raccoon.
Well,
as far as raccoons go.
One thing I've noticed is a lot of people have cats, and they put cat food on their desk, porch, and possums come at night and eat it. And your cat and your dog will not bark at them. They just sit there and watch them eat their food. Like, I don't want you to eat my food, but I'm not going to say anything because
you might eat me.
Really sharp teeth.
Right.
Did I tell you about the fungus thing on Terry Groce's show the other day?
No, I haven't heard about the fungus.
Well, this is hilarious.
Uh-oh, Wade, we've come uncoupled.
Try to get off the road out here and finish this story. So Terry Gross is giving a promo for a show that's coming up after the break, and she's going to interview the author of a new book called Blight that talks about the emerging threat of new or different strains of fungi that are a danger. And she said that this one fungus could eat a horse and also posed a threat to human populations, especially the elderly. Well, Matt, when I heard, I understand these, pathogens, microscopic viruses, bacteria, and fungi that can kill us or kill any animal, but not eat you. I can't imagine some microscopic thing that could eat a horse, right?
Yeah. Gobble you up.
I said, I've got to stay tuned and listen to this interview. And then I got to laugh at myself because when I listened to the show and the author was repeating that point there, said that they didn't say a Candida horse. It was Candida auris was the Latin name of the new fungus.
You were.
I said, I had to laugh at myself there.
Candida auris.
I was really like, I've got to make some phone calls. If we have a fungus that can eat a horse,
Yeah.
that is a threat to humans and especially the elderly. I don't want to see horses and old people eaten by fungus. This should be on the the headline.
Why aren't we hearing about this? Yeah.
Why aren't we hearing it? And because
Candida auris. Candida auris. Yeah.
Latin name for the
Yeah.
Candida auris.
Next thing it's going to be related to those hammerhead worms and everything else we got going on.
Yeah, I saw those this week.
Yeah. Man alive. Wade Peebles, thanks for coming on. By the way, your headset uncoupled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It ran out of battery, I guess.
It did ran, and I'm fixing to plug it back in.
All right.
Later, Matt. Thanks.
Take care of yourself, Brother Wade.
All right, we'll do that.
Brother Wade Peebles checking in with us on Neighbor to Neighbor. Listen, next week's going to be a fun week around the station, and I hope you can join us. But still to come this week, we have more classic country and request. As I said earlier, we have Cindy Balcom coming back on Thursday nights, and then again on Sunday morning. And she also is on Saturday night. I forgot about that. Bluegrass Saturday night, too, as well. Got a new show starting up here real soon, Tractors and Troubadours. We're going to hear from the host of that show next week, I hope. And just have a lot more fun here. If there is somebody that you know who is a Georgia singer-songwriter that we have yet to feature, please have them email some MP3s. Now, this is important. Email the MP3s over with a little bio and tell us about yourself, and we'll consider them for airplay. But you got to email the MP3. Don't send me a YouTube link. I can't play a YouTube link. So send over the MP3s if you want to be considered, and we'll get it on for you. That's all for today. My thanks to Georgia's singer-songwriter Mark Ware. Y'all check him out and download his new music. Congratulations, Mark, on your new contract. And Brother Wade, thank you. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again real soon.
Country, that's what I grew up listening to.
Georgia Radio. We love you more than peanuts and peaches. So glad you're here.